Spurs were up by 23 points when Kawhi went out, and then they were outscored 25 and lost. So, Jalen, you know I love this part. Percent chance you give the Spurs to win without Kawhi.
A 10% chance, and here's what it's going to take. A career playoff night. Think about it. We saw Manu Ginobili be terrific in Game 1. He got 17 points. But can Jonathan Simmons, Danny Green, Patty Mills, Jonathan Simmons, one of these guys like have a 30, 35-point game? That's truly what it's going to take if they have a chance.
And to me, I'll tell you what, you think Tim Duncan might be back there in that locker room about to warm up?
Anything's possible.
Not going to be able to do it.
Okay, well, speaking of Tim Duncan, I'm going to go 21%.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Because here's why. Any team that hangs their hat on the defensive end of the basketball floor, like the Spurs do, will give themselves a chance. Won't be a lot of chance in this game, but a chance. Tough night.
I'm going to try to underbid Jalen and go to 9%.
Come on.
I'm sorry, Michelle.
No,
but you know what? Even if the Spurs, let's say the Spurs play an A-plus game tonight, and they could do that. We saw that in Game 6 at Houston.
Right.
Okay, so let's just talk about the Spurs. If they do that, they do all the things that Chauncey and Jalen talked about. You get career nights from like 2 or 3 guys. Danny Green's got to get in the way back machine. We need to see Danny Green from like 3 or 4 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And we need to see Patty Mills just have one of those unconscious outside shooting nights where he hits 6 or 7 threes. You've still got to have, in order to have an upset here in this game, you got to have the Warriors play like a C-plus game. And they're not going to do that. They just did that.
Right.
They did it for 3 quarters, and they overcame it because Kawhi wasn't out there. And I think it's just asking too much for the Warriors to be the bad, sweet Georgia Brown, 22 turnover. You score 31 points off their turnovers. I can't see the Warriors doing that in a second game here.
And also, how much is the fact that they did uncharacteristically find themselves down by so much in the first game here in their home? How much does that sort of snap everybody back in reality?
Of course, the Warriors are going to be motivated because I know you went in that locker room the other day, Mike, and they didn't feel like they won that game. They knew they got away with one. So Draymond, Klay Thompson, the guys that didn't play so well, they're going to be motivated to come out here and try to take it to this team. But percentage-wise, I was really going to give them Kawhi's jersey number, 2%.
Wow.
But I went with the legend Tim Duncan, 21%.
Wait a minute.
Nice.
So what you're telling me is that mathmaticians everywhere should be angry because you're just arbitrarily picking numbers out of the air?
Yes, I am. Because I respect their defensive. I respect their defensive prowess.
I like that, Mr. Big Show. I have a number for you, Michelle Beto, 115. That's how much at least the Golden State Warriors are going to score on their home floor today. And so I just don't think the San Antonio Spurs feeding LaMarcus Aldridge, who did a terrific job at the beginning of the game, got fatigued in the second half, can't get enough help to get to that number.
Okay.
I'd like to give you something to smile about.
Don't talk to me, Will. It's going to be a long first half.